Welcome to December the 9th. This is Vlogmas, I guess. I have put up a video every day for the month of December. This is the 9th one. I'm as amazed as you are. So today is a bake with me video. We're gonna make Snickerdoodles. I posted over on Instagram, what do you guys want me to do today? This won by a pretty large margin, and I'm so glad that it did, because I don't know if it's reading through the camera, but it is a very cold, rainy day. Nothing says baking to me like a rainy, cold day. So cozy up. Maybe you want to do some baking of your own. Maybe you just want to watch me bake, grab a cup of tea, whatever. We're going to get the dough ready while it's chilling. We're going to do our advent calendars. We're going to come back. We're going to bake them. We're going to have a cup of tea. Oh my gosh. It is going to be a lovely, cozy, Christmassy day. And I'm really glad you're here. Okay, so the recipe that we are going to make is Snickerdoodles. This was one of my mom's, I'm gonna put this behind me so it doesn't catch on the microphone. This was one of my mom's recipes. She made it the entire time we were growing up, and one of my sons in particular, this is his favorite cookie ever. I kind of love that they freeze really great. The only thing is, sometimes they spread too much, and because I'm doing this like pretty much live, like I'm gonna edit and upload it as soon as we're done. If they don't turn out, then it'll just be a baking failure. What I have found is even if they spread too much, they're still really, really good. And there's a couple different ways you can prepare these. You can either do them like drop cookies, or you can do what we're gonna do, which is get the dough ready, chill the dough, and then roll it in cinnamon and sugar. I mean, really. Now, if you want to make yours look a little bit more Christmassy, you can roll them in, instead of using regular sugar, you could use red or green sprinkles, you know, like the little sugars, the colored sugars. In fact, I might have some. I'm not going to do that today, but that is one way to make them look a little bit more festive. So this is the recipe. I'm going to give you a screenshot of it right here. We're going to double it. Half of them are going to be for us to eat now. Half of them are going to be for freezing. And we're just gonna jump right in. So come on over here. Come on. Okay, so the recipe calls for a half a cup margarine or butter, but we are doubling it. So I did a full cup. It doesn't call for unsalted, and I use salted. The recipe also doesn't call for any additional salt. So I've always used salted butter, and I think that's fine. And by the way, I am just a person who likes to bake. So if you're like a professional baker and you find huge fault with what I'm doing, I guess comment below or just let it go. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna do anything like dangerous. Let's make that the rule. If I do something dangerous, that if someone does what I'm telling them to do, they will be like poisoned or maimed or, you know, otherwise harmed in some way, then absolutely put that in the comment section. So we've got our flour, and in a mixing bowl, beat margarine or butter with an electric mixer on medium to high speed for 30 seconds. Little pro tip here. By the way, my mixer, which I've talked about many times and is kind of a disaster area, is from the year of our Lord, 1970. So she's seen some wear, evidenced by this very interesting cord. She's been refurbished once, but if you were thinking, and I know that they don't make them exactly the same as they used to, but this is a great investment, I think. And this is one my mom bought and we used when I was little. So there we go, 30 seconds on the clock. Okay, so it's gonna look like, let me show you, this. So it's nice and whipped. And now, you know, it's really funny that I don't have this recipe memorized, but I don't. Add about half of the flour. Now this is where I always get, I've made this mistake because I'm doubling the recipe. So I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of flour, and then we're gonna add an additional 1.5 cups of flour later. So now y'all know, maybe you don't know, you probably know, you want to spoon your flour into your cup instead of scooping the cup into the flour. That's because if you scoop the cup into the flour, you're going to compress the flour and you're going to end up with more flour than you want. Some people have like a really fancy like straight edge that they use for this next thing that I'm going to use, but I'm just going to use this, and we're just going to, et voila. See, just like that. So we're going to add 1, and then we're going to add a half. These are my very ridiculous and unnecessary Christmas measuring cups. You don't need to have special measuring cups for Christmas. I mean, you of course can if you want to have them. I like them. I think they're cute out on the counter. 1.5. Okay. What's next? Add about half of the flour, the 1 cup of sugar. Dun, dun, dun. Clearly, I am not a like a television chef because you can just tell. How do you know? You can just tell. So that's the 1 cup of the sugar. Also, I have trouble with reading comprehension and talking at the same time. 1 cup of sugar. And we're actually adding 2 cups of sugar. 1 cup of sugar, half the flour, 1 cup sugar, because remember, we're doubling the recipe. I've done that part wrong too. I need to get more sugar. That needs to go on the list. Okay, 2 cups of sugar. The egg, okay? And I'm gonna add 2 eggs. One thing with eggs that you want to do is have some little bowls like this on hand and make sure that you break the egg into a separate bowl so that you can check it both for shell and also make sure it's not like, you know, not a good egg. All right, and let's see. Let me wash my hands. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday if you have a birthday in December. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Alrighty then. Got that done, washed my hands. We've got our egg. Let's put that in there, double check our recipe, which you will find me do compulsively whenever I'm baking. There's the egg. Okay, now we're gonna add our vanilla. Now let's talk about vanilla for a minute. I have 2 different kinds of vanilla here. This one is Madagascar vanilla. It is absurdly expensive. Like, I believe this tiny little bottle was $24. One of my sons is a very specific baker and requested this. For me, if a recipe is super, super vanilla dependent, I would use the Madagascar vanilla. However, also I brought vanilla beans out just for you to look at. Again, my son, that's the baker, purchased these. This, however, is what I use, and this is vanilla from Costco. Very well priced, works great, no problem. Sometimes Scott will bring me vanilla from Mexico. He keeps forgetting, so I don't have any from Mexico, and I actually had to buy some from Costco. I did file a complaint, so you know, don't worry. Okay, how much vanilla are we doing? Half a teaspoon, but we're doubling the recipe. This is like a math lesson too. So it's 1 teaspoon vanilla. All right, there we go. 1 teaspoon vanilla, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, which we're doubling. So it's going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'm fairly confident that a lot of the times when this recipe doesn't turn out right, it's because the baking soda has gone bad. Did I say 1/2 teaspoon? 1/4 teaspoon, so 1/2 teaspoon. Yeah, there we go. Baking soda and cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is extremely important to this recipe. I'm not sure why. 1/4 teaspoon, so 1/2 teaspoon of that. I just know if you don't have cream of tartar and you make it without it, they're fine, but they're for sure missing something. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Cream of tartar, and that's it. Okay, now we're going to slowly, because otherwise the flour will go everywhere. I did buy one of those things that goes up to keep that from happening. I don't use it. It's a pain. It's a pain to clean, and I just am lazy, and I don't want one more thing to have to clean. Okay, let me bring you guys over and show you what this looks like. Okay, so that's what that looks like. We're gonna let that go just until it's incorporated. You don't wanna over mix that, and then we're gonna add more of the flour. Okay, I'm putting you back where you were. Don't get dizzy. Okay, now we're gonna add the rest of the flour, which is another 1.5 cups. Get our spoon out. When you're alone in the kitchen, who's to say? Okay, love me some Julia Childs. All right, sadly, the woman who, oh, that's 3/4 of a cup. Oh, well, shoot a pickle. I wonder if I did that. No, I don't think I did. I'll be able to tell by the texture. This is 1 cup. Hopefully I didn't add 3/4 of a cup earlier. I don't think I did, but I've made this recipe so many times. I will 100% be able to tell if there's not enough flour. You can just kind of tell by the consistency of it if you've put in enough flour. I have like a straight edge for doing this, but I don't know where it is. Okay, and I feel like I'm a bit like the Swedish chef when I cook. Stuff just goes flying everywhere. Let's see, 1.5. Okay, and then this is 1/2. Remaining flour. Before I go down and do the Advent boxes, I have to tell you guys, last night I watched Mia Maples undo all of the Advent boxes that she bought this year with her mom. If you don't follow her, I don't watch all of her videos, but when she does her Advent unboxings, it makes my life. It's like 52 minutes of pure joy. You should go watch it. I had a $500 budget for Advent calendars. She had a $5,000 budget, and it's really fun to watch. Okay, we're gonna combine the rest of that, and I'm going to determine if I added too much flour. Now this is very technical. If you have a KitchenAid, you might know this move. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Gotta get a spatula, scrape the edges. I'm so fancy that I am brave enough to scrape the edges while it's going, but you know. Okay, this is correct. It's the right consistency. And the way you know that it's the right consistency and that you added the right amount of stuff is it's kind of like it should be starting to stick together. I'm gonna mix that just a little bit more. Okay, see how my KitchenAid is because it's a doubled recipe. Okay, that is the right amount. I'm just going to take this up here. Now, the reason you don't want to skip the chilling part, I'm sure you know this, but that's how the dough rises when the cookies bake. So if you skip the chilling part, the cookies won't rise. So you can do that. You can skip the chilling part if you want, but if you're gonna do it where you roll them into a ball, then you wanna be able, so you wanna chill it. That's all, just chill it. I wanna show you what the consistency looks like. So it should be able to kind of roll into a ball. Okay, so it's like this. Now, normally at this stage, what I would do is put it in saran wrap. That's the more economical thing to do. I am out of saran wrap, which I discovered when I went to film this video. So I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc. This is not an economical use of a Ziploc. I feel like these are so freaking expensive, but that's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. Because sometimes things just happen. And also, if you are I don't know, baking with children or whatever, I baked with my kids a lot when they were growing up, a lot. Loved baking with my kids, still love baking with my kids. What I will do this year on Christmas Eve is what I've done years past. 2 of my 3 sons kind of enjoy decorating cookies. One of my 3 sons really enjoys decorating cookies. So he also works as a graphic artist. And so I will make sugar cookies and gingerbread men, and we will have those ready when he comes home on Christmas Eve to decorate together. So I will definitely not, I would never recommend that you make the dough and the cookies and decorate cookies on the same day. I just feel like that is a recipe for disaster. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. One good thing about having Invisalign is that I am never tempted to eat the dough because I have what I call my teeth, which my family is like, would you stop saying you've got to put your teeth in? They're not dentures, but you can't just take a bite, which is probably really good for my waistline. Okay, I'm gonna wash this off my hands, seal this up, stick it in the fridge, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's all in here, all sealed up. I don't know why I did that. Ready to go. We're gonna stick this in the fridge for 1 hour. And while we are waiting for that, we will go ahead and clean up our mess because, that is part of being a really good baker. Not really. It's part of being someone who isn't mad at themselves later in the day when they get really tired because they didn't clean up their mess from earlier, if you're me. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Maybe I'll do a montage. It'll take me 2 seconds, so we might as well. I'm gonna scoot you guys further out and we'll get this cleaned up. Okay, I got the dishes done, I got the dishwasher loaded, and now we're gonna do some advent calendars. Scooby is here. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Do you just want to lay down and be here with me? Okay. He's probably wondering why we haven't gone for our WALK yet, but it's still raining very hard, so that's okay. Do you want to do advent calendars with me? Yeah? Okay. Should we start? Which one should we start with? Do you want to choose this one? I think he said this one. So we'll start with the candles. If you watch that Mia Maples video that I suggested a minute ago with her mom, she does the Canadian version of the Voluspa one, and she did not feel like it was a great value because you can buy the larger size of these candles for $14. I disagree. I think because of the packaging, how much fun it is, how festive it is to have just like a little candle. I think it's great. I think it's great. Let's go that way. Uh-oh, now we have other company. Hello, Lenny. Did you come down to do advent calendars too? Everybody's joining us today. Just please do not knock over the tripod. Okay, so day 9 for our Voluspa. Ooh, Baltic Amber is the name of it, and I like it a lot. It's got, again, a very like high-end resort smell. I had never purchased these candles before, and now I definitely want to purchase some of the larger ones because they do definitely have a high-end smell without being like, what's that candle, Diptyque, without being like literally $100 for a jar candle or more. They're absurdly expensive, and I don't have that in the budget. So these I think are a nice alternative, and I like that it's a US-based company, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so that's that candle for today. Let's do our L'Occitane next. Again, now that we've learned that the odd numbers are on one side and the evens are on the other. Ooh, what is this? This is almond shower scrub with crushed almonds. Okay, that's awesome for me, but I feel like there should have been like an allergen warning on the box, because if this is actually made with crushed almonds, which I have no reason to believe that it isn't, if you had a nut allergy, I feel like that could be problematic. Comment below what your thoughts are on that. If you're someone with a nut allergy, I only have a few sensitivities. I don't have, well, that isn't true. I'm allergic to iodine contrast anaphylactically, but it's very unlikely that I would open iodine contrast in an advent calendar. I'm not making fun of allergies. I'm just saying, I, as a customer, if I had a nut allergy, I would not think that I would have to be concerned with my nut allergy with an advent box. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, comment below. However, shower scrub, I'm kind of liking that. I will definitely throw that in our shower. I'm happy with that. I brought down this little container store tote, and I'm putting everything in there because it was getting a little out of hand. Let these be our problems, as my friend Allison always says. Okay, we've got our Beekman 1802 right here, number 9. Ooh, it's another soap. I've never in my life been so excited for soap. I took a bath in the new bathtub last night. If you didn't watch our bathroom renovation video, go and watch it. So cozy in there. Like, honestly, that's where I watched that Mia Maples video with her mom, and I think I sat in there almost the entire hour of that video. It was just divine. Nothing to say. Vanilla Absolute goat milk soap with goat milk, botanical oils, and extracts. Smells delicious. So now I have, because I can see them all, I have 3 soaps now from Beekman 1802. Not mad about it. Did we do Elemis yet? No, we didn't do Elemis yet, and we didn't do wine. I am so looking forward to those cookies. I really hope they turn out. If they don't turn out, it will be a scandal of unsurmountable. I will be done My YouTube career will be finished. No, I'm just kidding. You guys won't care. Number 9, here we go. Plus, you don't have to eat them, so it's fine. Pro Collagen Marine Moisture Essence. Okay, I have never purchased this. I have only ever used it when I got it as a sample. Use morning and evening after cleansing and toning. Shake bottle 2 to 3 times to dispense. Gently pat and press into skin until fully absorbed. This, what I don't know is, does this go, I think this goes on before serum. So if you were going to use this, I didn't mean to roll my eyes. Some of these steps start to get a little ridiculous. Having said that, when I have had samples of this, I have used it all up. So I do like it. Again, especially in the winter when skin tends to be really dry. Gonna be frank, not something that I would spend money on to buy. Not only because of the extra expense, but I'm just not one that's gonna I'm not gonna spend 45 minutes doing my skincare routine. I'm just not. I know this about myself. I know 2 things to be true. Scott and I are not particularly handy, so we have to hire people to work on our house. And I am not going to do a 15-step skincare routine. So there you go. All right, number 9. Now, I did not drink last night's wine. My eldest son did, and he reported back that it was quite good. So there you go. Number 9 is right here. I'm going to open that up. And, ooh, that's pretty. La Pluma Sauvignon Blanc. I happen to adore Sauvignon Blanc, and this label is lovely. Look at the design on that. That's so pretty. Let's read our little card. Number 9, citrus and green apple aromas, flavors of lime, passion fruit, and a subtle minerality. A subtle minerality, because you wouldn't want a, what's the opposite of subtle? Aggressive? You wouldn't want an aggressive minerality. So yeah, this is a white. I love Sauvignon Blanc. It's maybe my favorite type of wine. Well, champagne is my favorite, but this is my second favorite. So this is going to go in the fridge, and I'm drinking that one. Kids aren't getting that one. I'm drinking that one. Okay, that's it for our advent calendars. Let's pop back up upstairs. Our dough should be just about, I don't have my watch on, so I don't know what I was looking at. Our dough should be about ready to go. We're going to do the process of rolling the balls in sugar and cinnamon, and then we're going to pop them in the oven and hope they work out. Okay, we are back. The oven is preheated, and now we are going to mix up our cinnamon and sugar, and we are going to roll the, we're going to make them into little balls, and we're going to roll them in cinnamon and sugar, and we're going to put them on the cookie sheet. I did not use convection. By the way, these go on an ungreased cookie sheet. I didn't use convection for this. Our convection, not going to lie, has been a little temperamental of late. I'm not sure what its major malfunction is or if I have offended it in some way, but I don't trust it is the bottom line. So we need 4 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Boy, I really do need to go get some sugar. And my dishwasher is running, so I don't think you'll be able to hear that. So 4 tablespoons of sugar. What was my point? Oh, that our convection is being temperamental. It automatically will go to like less temperature. Like you set it for temperature and it, like you know, if you have convection, you know. But lately, I've been having to cook the cookies a much longer time. This oven, honestly, is kind of on its last legs. I've had it repaired once already, and they did a really good job. Hold please, my spices are in this drawer. They did a really good job fixing it, and he said it was definitely worth fixing. Also, interesting, and if you are a person who repairs ovens, you may disagree with this. I don't know that I have a lot of oven repair people that watch my YouTube channel, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know your life. He said don't use the self-cleaning cycle because it's really, really hard on your oven. I did not know that. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, so we're gonna do 2 again because we doubled the recipe. Now, every time I do this, there is for sure leftover cinnamon sugar. So, you know, that is not a problem. You can just put that in a little plastic bag and put it on your toast in the morning, because I personally think that cinnamon sugar toast is one of the best things that someone can have. And I have not purchased my gluten-free bread yet, but y'all gave me so many great suggestions. So I will definitely, I have to go to Costco in the next couple days, so I will definitely be doing that. We have our cookie sheet ready to go. Let's see how our dough did. Hello, baby. All right, so it should be a little on the firm side. And what I'm gonna do is take out half of it and put the other half back in the refrigerator, because if, again, like we talked about, it's the temperature differential that makes it that really pretty, you know, puff that you like, or that I like. You'll see what I'm talking about. Unless they don't turn out, which, you know, is possible. I'm gonna take half of it and put it in here. This will keep for at least 2 days in the fridge. So if you wanna make the dough a couple days ahead like we talked about, and then maybe have it ready for kiddos to do the rolling part, you can do that. Now, as far as like the size of the cookie, totally up to you. Up to you what size you wanna go with. The only thing I would say is make the size consistent, and we can move this out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Make the size, move this, consistent so that the cookies all bake evenly. So you don't want to do that. So then you're just going to roll the little ball in there, and you don't want to flatten them. You want to leave them in ball form.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you.
Okay, y'all, it's counting down. Now here's what we're not gonna do. If these did not turn out, we are not gonna judge me, okay? Because whether or not these cookies turned out, I still have worth as a human being. Was that overly dramatic? Maybe that was overly dramatic. They smell done. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, you guys. They turned out exactly like they're supposed to turn out. You want to take them out when they're still, like, they're just firm around the edges, because they will like finish cooking on the cookie sheet. And by taking them out when I did, they'll have that nice little puff to them. And I'm going to put them down and let them rest for a minute. They're so sweet. Look how pretty they are. Good job, guys. We have our Snickerdoodles. We have our tea. I'm gonna leave the oven on because I still have one more batch to make. I hope you thought this was fun. Let's give these cookies a try. Let me see how good of an actor I am, and not tell you that I already had 2. Guess it doesn't do you any good if you tell them. So these turned out a little flatter than I normally like them, but I feel like I need to get really close to the microphone. Hold on. Can you hear that? They're perfect. Like, they're the perfect. Absolutely sublime. Now, if you want to be really bougie, you just dip that right inside your tea. Nothing says the holidays more to me than this kind of cookie, a rainy day, a pot of tea, and good friends. So thank you for providing the good friends part of that equation. Whatever you're doing today. Can you hear that? Oh my gosh. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding so much joy. And if you're not, I hope this helped, and I hope that you can pause, reset, take a breath, do whatever you need to do to remind yourself that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I appreciate you more than I can say. Have a great day, and I will Hopefully see you tomorrow. Yesterday when I said I make no guarantees, I was thinking of Princess Bride. Good night, Wesley. Sleep well. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. Anyway, probably I'll be back here tomorrow. And if I'm not, I wish you the merriest of holidays, the happiest of Christmases. But I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh my God. That is a good cookie. I don't care who you are.